I'm sure I must have told you the story of how I had gone for several interviews and really never got out of the interview with a successful result for the interview. That happened for a prolonged period of time. And after that, I decided to sit down to find out what are some of the reasons why I'm actually not acing through the interview. Hello, you're welcome to another video on the Happiest HR. In this video, we'll talk about skills to ace an interview. So let's get right into it. So getting a call for an interview for your ideal job is another positive step. It is not, however, the end of the road because you still need to ace that interview. How do you do that? First thing you need to do is you need to do some research on the organization of the firm. This isn't a viable option. It is critical to learn as much as possible about the firm for which you are being interviewed. According to research, 47% of recruiters say they wouldn't provide a job to someone who didn't know much about the organization. This day, we don't really ask the question directly, tell us about the organization, but we have a way of asking somebody to know what they know about this organization. Look for vital corporate information such as the goal, the missions, key executives, and recent milestones that they've covered, especially the recent milestones that they've covered. You should also keep up with the most recent news in the department or vertical for which you are being interviewed. These are very important. The next thing you'll need to do will be for you to have to always review the job description before you go for an interview. Along with researching the organization, make a list of major responsibilities of the position you are applying for. Read the job description carefully and write a list of the elements that demonstrate how you are competent at doing these specific responsibilities. If you have prior experience, briefly describe how you assisted in critical situations. Be passionate, be eager, but don't be desperate. The next step for you will have to be to review the fundamentals. You'll need outstanding subject knowledge in addition to an impressive personality. Impressive personality is important, but subject knowledge is very important. Whether you are a newbie or a seasoned pro, you may expect some difficult questions. If you are new to the subject, brush up on the fundamentals. If you have previous experience, arrange your views and convey them carefully. Let's talk about testing. You need to get ready for this testing. As much as possible, you need to get prepared for written tests. You need to get prepared for activities. You need to get prepared for presentation. My own method, mostly I like using, when I have group interview, I rather prefer to do what I call an assessment, where people come together, assess their personality, their style, and we also like doing testing. This is very, very important. There will be don't give people an opportunity for surprises. Let there be no surprises during the interview. So if you do this way, if you're always prepared for testing, for presentation, just have all the scenarios in place. You will be mentally prepared. It's about mindset. Your mind needs to get ahead of them. Your mind needs to be set there. Neurolinguistic programming is very important. And the next thing for you to know, in order to ace an interview, will be for you to get ready for any interview question. Many frequent questions appear in most and majority of the interviews, like tell me about yourself. We sometimes have a way, tell us about how you qualify for this role, explain who you are, why should I hire you, why do you want this position, where do you see yourself in the next 5 years, or so on and so on. And so you are on some instances of typical questions. Make a list of the typical potential question you are likely to get. Also, get to the job description and find out from every role what are the possible questions that are supposed to come out from every job, every description in the role description there, and so on, and be ready for the interviewer ahead of time. Talking of time, be on time. Recently we interviewed somebody who didn't show up on time and didn't communicate on time. To appear professional, arrive early. Latecomers are frequently rejected even before they show up for the interview. Sometimes it's not their fault, but Most interviewers do not really have that patience. So prepare your travel mode. If it has to be an online interview, prepare and arrange yourself so that you are at a place that will allow you to be able to be interviewed peacefully. So you might need to arrange and schedule yourself and be there on time. Maintain a time buffer in case of severe traffic or other unforeseen circumstances. Make sure that you have enough internet, you purchase it on time, and you're available there. Your network place is available on there. This way you may arrive on time and stress-free. You show yourself for the interview. But while at the interview, what else do? You have to pay attention. When it comes to impressing the interviewer, good communication skill can go a long way. Pay attention to everything the interviewer says. This is no time to be sidetracked or daydreaming. I have noticed one thing. Most people, in most cases where I come from, when male are interviewing and there's a lady in the panel, they often shift their attention towards the male, and the female do the same thing, trying to connect with the other gender. It doesn't usually help. Try as much as possible to connect with every person in the interview room. That will help you. And this leads us to clear communication. To show confidence and clarity of thought, keep your speaking clear at all times. When communicating, keep your voice calm and clear. Don't feel obligated to provide all the answers right now. You should avoid mumbling because it makes you appear uneasy and hesitant. Tell the truth if you don't know the answer. Use positive language. Many forms of communications are not verbal in an interview. This is crucial. In fact, 33% of companies decide whether or not to hire someone within the first 90 seconds of the interview. Being fidgety, slouchy in your seat, or sitting in a relaxed stance can all work against you. Instead, keep your head up and a smile on your face will be good. Then, without that, also talking about body language, make eye contact. Direct eye contacts are very important. When speaking with an interviewer, make sure you look them straight in the face. Don't look down at the clock, at the wall. This exudes confidence while also helping you to establish a meaningful relationship. But what happened before the interview? Before the interview, you need to do something. You need to go over your resume, your cover letter, go over everything that has to do with the application. Have you ever come across a question that says, please walk me over your CV? An interviewer is likely to ask you that question. This is the moment for you to expand on some of your resume, key accomplishment, concentrate on particular instances or tasks related to that achievement. It's a good idea to practice this before the interview. This way, you won't waste too much time during the interview. Prepare. The word here is a kiss. Keep it simple and straightforward. So prefer a kiss response that make your argument. Hey, talking about timing, you need to know what to say and when to say it. Keep in mind that you are in a formal environment. Avoid inappropriate abatement. We had an interview and I told somebody, tell us about yourself. The guy just gave us a slouchy response, a laugh in a manner that was very disdaining. And when we asked him, he said, well, he has heard that cliche of a question. Really? So keep in mind that you are in a formal environment. Avoid inappropriate abatement, even if the interviewer is nice. Don't use jargon or informal language. Also refrain from making statements regarding race, religion, politics. Keep your attention on what the interviewer is saying and react politely and formally. Let's talk about the mode of interview. From the moment you walk into the office, be on your best behavior, whether it is with the receptionist or any other member of staff. You never know who has a say in what to do. I'll tell you, I used to have this, we used to do, so the candidate will come in, they'll come in at almost the same time, probably with 10 minutes difference, sitting down, and the reception will be there assessing them, listening to what they'll be saying, how they'll be behaving. And that will be used also for us to make an assessment of the person's character and habits. So if you have somebody who probably has said something disdaining about the organization or how someone related, that comes back to us, and that could also help us to tell about the person's temperament and character. time. Do not squander your time. Interviewers are likely to have a jam-packed schedule. Sometimes, having to repeat the same question over and over for 2-3 persons really is not easy. So don't squander your time. Be direct in your response and avoid equivocation. There will be some difficult questions to which you may not have the answer. Accept respectfully that you are unaware, yet willing to learn in such situations. Don't make any educated guesses or attempt to deceive the interviewer. Tough questions are sometimes used to test how well you respond under duress. Make your responses unique. If you are asked about a specific skill set, don't provide the same answer to every company you apply to. Instead, make a list of your skills and how these skills might benefit the position and organization for which you are being interviewed. And that means that when you are answering, mention your advantages. During the interview, you will have multiple opportunities to discuss your strengths. This may be in the form of a standard question, what are your strengths, or what are your areas of advantage, or it could be in the form of a question regarding a specific project on your CV. When discussing your strengths, be confident and informative, but do not be arrogant or boastful. So that this question that you say, what's your career objective? You should have a clear idea of what you want to do with your work. Make a plan on how you respond to those questions if it comes up. It's best not to be too general or vague, as this demonstrates a lack of ambition and clarity. Instead, discuss how you plan to achieve and to advance in your field. So, this is all from this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, kindly like, share, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you never miss any upcoming video from the Happiest HR. And feel free to share your thought in this comment section. I'll be back with another amazing video, so stay tuned to the Happiest HR. Once again, my name is Anselm, your career breakthrough sidekick, and thank you so much for what we've moved on. We're now 183 subscribers, and this is all due to your effort. Thank you. I'm looking forward to get to 1,000 subscribers so that I could be monetized by YouTube. We are 183, almost 200. We still have a long way to go, and I'm counting on you to make that possible. Thank you so much. God bless you. Do have a wonderful week. But I didn't end up also. I will not have completed by saying that in everything that we do in acing the interview, I always believe that God is above and God is responsible also for the success that we go through. Don't forget God in the equation. He also is full of providing inspirations and understanding as to how we progress in life. Thank you. Once again, my name is Anselm, your Happiest HR.